Bread is the foundation of our daily meals.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Lockdown Kitchen. Today I'm going to make a super easy artisan bread. After you make this bread, you're never going to want to buy bread at the store again. For today's incredibly easy artisan bread recipe, all you need is 4 basic ingredients. 3 cups of flour, 1.5 cup of warm water, 1 teaspoon of dry yeast, half a teaspoon of salt, and optionally, here I have some sesame seeds to top my bread. Now that we have our ingredients ready, we can go ahead and mix it up. So first, I'm going to put my dry yeast into the flour and my salt, and I'm going to just give it a stir, and I'm going to add my warm water. So please make sure your water is actually warm, not enough to burn your hand, but warm enough to activate the yeast. So slowly, I'm going to add my water. I'm not going to add everything all at once. I'm going to see the consistency of my dough first. We're trying to achieve a wet, sticky dough. So it looks like I'm going to need everything. We're not trying to achieve a smooth dough.
Most bread was made in the home, but it took experience and a lot of hard work to turn out good bread every time.
At this stage, all we're going to have to do is to cover it with plastic wrap. Once you mix your dough and cover it with plastic, the yeast will start to work its magic. To retain the warmth for the yeast to activate fully, cover the bowl with a towel, place it in a warm area away from draft, such as a microwave oven, for about 3 hours or until the dough doubles in size.
Where further rising called proofing takes place, humidity and time must be carefully controlled.
We had video chat with my friends and watched some TV, and it's been 3 hours. So let's check how our dough is doing. Ooh, it looks like it doubled in size. Very live and bubbly. Here I have some flour. I'm going to dust my bench with some flour. And then bring the dough right onto my bench. We don't need to knead this dough too much as you would with other breads. All you have to do is fold it in a few times. I'm going to clean out my bench because I want to top my bread with some sesame seeds. You can use any seeds you like, but I love sesame seeds because they give an amazing aroma and flavor to my bread. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this onto my bench, pick up my bread, and then just roll my dough over. Then I'm going to pick up my dough, place it on a parchment paper. There's a little gap here that I'm going to fill with some more seeds. And I'm going to place it into my bowl again and cover it with a towel and let it sit for 40 to 50 minutes. While our dough is resting for its final proofing, I'm going to talk about the next steps. If you have a fancy oven which has a steam function, you can definitely use that. But I have an ordinary oven, so I'm going to use a cast iron pot to create steam while I'm baking my bread. So if you have a cast iron pot, just place it in the oven while your dough is proofing. And turn on the oven for 450 Fahrenheit. That is 250 Celsius. And let your oven preheat with the pot in the oven. If you don't have a cast iron pot like I do, you can use one of those oven-safe glass bowls with a lid. If you don't have neither of them, just place a bowl of hot boiling water into your oven while it's preheating. This will generate steam in your oven and help with your baking. It's been about 40 minutes and my dough has risen very well. So I'm going to poke it a little bit and As you can see, it springs back. This means my dough is ready. I'm now going to bring my preheated pot, cast iron pot, from the oven. This is going to be piping hot, so handle it carefully. And one final touch before I place my dough into the pot is to score it. When your crust is forming, this will prevent your bread to burst from unwanted spots. All right. And I'm going to place it right into my pot. Close the lid, which will help generate steam for the first 30 minutes of my baking, which will prevent the crust to form too quickly and prevent it from bursting from unwanted places. I'm going to place it straight into my oven and bake it for 30 minutes with the lid closed. And then I will open the lid after 30 minutes and bake it for another 10 minutes.
To ensure bread that is baked to a turn, and although man doth not live by bread alone, without it the meal seems incomplete.
My bread is cooled off. I'm ready to cut into it. You can hear the crust. It's amazing. Look at that. If you like my videos, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, stay home and stay safe.